Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Hawkins. I've been teaching screenwriting at Flinders University for the last 10 years, and it's been great. Screenwriting is an amazing art that allows you to apply concepts such as dramatic unity, character engagement, and genre theory all into an amazing story. However, what I get my students to do is produce this. It's a screenplay. A great document in and of itself, but the problem with screenplays is, until they're turned into movies, you never really know whether you've got an audience for your idea or not. Now, the problem with movies is that they are very expensive and time-consuming to produce. They involve an army of people, all of whom you have to wrangle and convince to make your movie, let alone all the money that's involved. This is a really difficult process, particularly within one semester. So I thought, why not try out the ideas on stage first, before going through this process of making movies? I decided to create a partnership with the Bakehouse Theatre in Adelaide City and have the students present staged readings of their work before adapting these ideas onto the screen. The great thing about theatre is it's live and it's cheap. With a few lights, some actors and a bit of rehearsal time, you can put on your idea as a duologue or a monologue and test it before a live audience, before you go through the laborious process of turning it into a film. There are plenty of examples of great plays becoming great films, and it makes sense. An idea with a pre-existing audience is a much better proposition for a film producer. Ultimately, I wanted to create writer entrepreneurs. Young people with the confidence to put their ideas on stage, test them before an audience, and then take the best of that feedback and apply it to a screenplay.
The New Voices program involved us as students creating a 10-minute stage play. We had to create like the promotional devices for that, so like a website, a plot summary, cast and crew statements, and then we developed this script over a number of weeks and then put it on at the Bakehouse Theatre, and now we're in the process of writing, adapting them to screen. The best thing about the New Voices program was probably trying something I hadn't done before. I've done a lot of writing, but I like to write like novels and poetry, and being able to see that physically play out on a stage was really interesting for me. Working with my actor Maya was great. I think seeing her physically play out my script was really interesting, and bringing this character to life, and learning kind of how much of a creative and collaborative process that is, because you have to trust your actor and they really have to trust you and your content. The feedback was really useful in taking their idea further, but then also knowing that people are interested in this topic makes me want to pursue the story more and maybe take it to a wider audience.
Yeah, the difference between screenwriting and stage writing, having that when you've at a performance for something on stage, you get the feedback from the audience. You can then kind of diagnose why didn't that, we thought that joke was really funny, why did no one laugh? That I think is really important, which you don't get as a screenwriter.
Yeah, do you want to give it a whirl?
Yeah, give it a whirl, yeah.
Is this the dagger I see before thee?
The students not only had to write the pieces, they also had to market them. They had to create websites, Facebook sites. They had to use word of mouth, emails, posters, flyers, press release, anything they could do to get their idea out into the world and find an audience. Through the process of marketing their ideas, they would often refine them and work out what it really was they were trying to say. One of the most frustrating things for an early career writer is not really knowing what their voice is and not knowing whether they have an audience for their work. Through this process, I wanted the students to test their voices first, test their ideas before a fairly sympathetic audience, before developing them further into a film format. I would love these students to continue to put on their work on stage as they leave university and in the early stages of their career. It's a really cost-effective way of trying out your idea before committing it to a film project.